If I'm throwing out crazy ideas like maybe fading everybody over 10K this week, obviously we have to target some guys in the 9K range. Will Zalatoris and Matthew Fitzpatrick are one neck and neck for top plays this week. Zalatoris just playing beautifully tee to green. The approach play is off the charts. Was T10 here last year. I understand the putter has to show up, but look, Willie Z has shown that he can get a little bit hot with that flat stick at some point. And if it happens this week, I think he's going to have a very good shot of bringing home his first win. And then on the other side, Matthew Fitzpatrick, I'm just going to flat out say probably still my top play this week. I get that some people are he's a polarizing player, but tee to green, he has started the season probably better than he ever has. And in terms of putting, we don't have to worry about that because this guy leads basically almost all the career splits in terms of putting on Bermuda surfaces. He's just a really good all-around player around the greens. So if that approach game and like the total driving stats keep up for Fitzpatrick here, if his putter gets hot, I think he's got a great chance of winning too. So pair Willie Z and Matthew Fitz, and I think that's a good way to start a balanced lineup this week.
All right, Len, what do you think in that 8 to 9,500 range?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more in alignment with Geoff there. I do like Zalatoris. Yeah, the putter is an issue. I don't know if he can putt well enough to win this tournament. I think you're going to have to putt a little bit at this. Traditionally, you do. Maybe not last year, but over the last decade, the winners have been good putters. But the rest of his game is good enough for a top 10, and he's down at 9,400. I think you can make that work in your lineup. Matt Fitzpatrick, every year, top 10 in this tournament as well. Right below him at 9,100, Mark Leishman, I think, is really getting overlooked, maybe even by me. He has won this tournament. He's finished second. He's not really at the top of his game right now, but he is and I think he will be low owned compared to a lot of the guys we've already mentioned there. And, moving all the way down to 8,100, I think every time I'm here, I say Keith Mitchell, and he's at 81. I'm going to say him again, like him a lot this week. 4 top 12s already in 2022 alone.
All right, Reid, what say you about this range?
Yeah, this is Geoff. This is Geoff's MO. I've worked with Geoff, I think, every single day for the last 5 years, and it's the same story. This guy says Victor Hovland is poured around the green. You know what Matty Fitzpatrick has done, Geoff, for the last 24 rounds? He's 97. He's lost in 4 of his last 6 measured rounds for Matthew Fitzpatrick. But hey, if you want to save the $1,000 and go for Matt Fitzpatrick for a T10 again, I get it. Look, and we're talking about DFS, so it does make a little sense. That's what you got to do. You got to give Geoff a little jab to the side, but then pick him back up when he falls down because he needs it. So Matty Fitzpatrick, not a bad call. No one's talking about the beige bomber, Adam Scott. This guy is coming in like wearing maybe a different sweater than beige. Maybe it's like maroon red this week. But this guy is fantastic. When you talk about at this course, it sets up for someone like Scotty, right? It sets up for someone who has that type of game where driving is, it is a premium here. And one of the best drivers over the last, 100 years has been Adam Scott. It's just the matter of, can this guy, like we always talk about with a golfer of his profile, can he make putts? And at this course, and even if you take a look at what he did at Genesis, he gained like 7.5 strokes putting, right? So the broomstick is working, the approach game is working for Scotty, and he finished with the top 3 here. So if you follow Geoff at the Fantasy Grind, he puts out these trends at the beginning of the week, and Scotty kind of fits one of those trends, right? Of having a top 5 at this tournament. It was like back in 2000 and whatever it was, like 8 or 11. So it was a while back, but I like Scotty right there at 9. I think he's at 9 flat. Yeah, $9,000. Give me Scotty.